Once upon a time, in a valley surrounded by green hills and a shiny moonlit stream, lived animals who talked with the wind and knew a lot of things. They learned that the brain gets stronger when it learns from mistakes and thinking about them later. In this valley, the trees had glowing leaves that remembered every choice every animal made. One young fox named Kiko didn't just want to chase shadows or be clever. He wanted to have a brain as strong as the oldest trees, patient, clear, and smart, but without losing his kind heart. Kiko was like a shooting star in spring, fast and bright. His fur was rusty gold and white, and his eyes always asked questions. He loved quick tricks and fast answers. Give him a problem, and he'd jump on the first solution he saw, running like a fox who knew every corner of the forest. This worked well for a while. He was faster and smarter than other young animals in games and tricks. He won a lot by being quick and excited. But the valley was a good teacher and very patient. One autumn, when the leaves looked like they were made of fire, Kiko faced a problem that wasn't easy or fast to solve. The River of Echoes, a big singing stream in the valley, was losing its voice. The rocks on its banks went quiet, like the river forgot its own stories. If the river forgets, it can't find the way to the sea or carry the valley's stories. That would be bad for all the animals who lived by the river. The old animals said the river used to sing in the mornings and whisper at night, in a language even beetles could copy. Now it just sighed, like it was tired of all the valley's mistakes and wanted to forget. Ada, the wise owl, sat on a branch watching the river stones as if they were secret books. Ada wasn't big, but she was very important, like gravity, which you can't see but feel. Kiko watched Ada one morning when the leaves were still wet with dew. She said, "Little fox, you want to fix the river fast. But rivers don't like speed. They like hearts that remember and ears that listen." Kiko didn't like being told to slow down. He thought he could fix the river with one smart trick. He wanted to build a dam, a little wall made of rocks and tree branches, to make a place where the river could practice singing again. The other animals whispered that this might hurt the river's pride. The river might forget itself if fixed too quickly. Ada just listened to the river, not saying much. Finally, she said, "Go sit by the river and listen, not to the water, but to the quiet between the sounds. Hear what the river is trying to say but hasn't said yet." Kiko, though impatient, did what she said. Sitting on a mossy rock, he heard the river's song, not just music, but memories of every drop of water, every mistake, every change. He heard the quiet parts, which told stories of failed plans and new ideas. That night, Kiko stayed awake writing in his little notebook about the silences. "If I push, the water moves away. If I listen, I learn the river's way." The next morning, he showed Ada his notes. She didn't say good job, but asked him questions. "Why did you think a dam was the answer so fast? What did you miss? What did the river teach you about your own mind?" Kiko felt a bit embarrassed but honest. He said he thought the river would sing better if he kept it steady. He hadn't thought about the river's own winding path. Ada didn't cheer, but she gave him a new kind of respect. The respect you get when you admit your mistakes. In the forest, wisdom grew slowly, like a grove of trees. Fast fixes were rare. Fair answers needed patience and learning from mistakes. Kiko stopped trying to invent big fixes and started practicing listening, testing small steps, and learning from failure. Ada whispered to him, "From mistakes, we learn the path. From the path, we find the way." Kiko tried making small channels for the river, but some sent water the wrong way. He watched, measured, and accepted that failure was part of learning. Seasons changed. Slowly, the river's memory came back. Rocks bounced the river's song in new ways. Birds hummed new tunes. The valley saw progress, and Kiko changed, from a fast fox to a careful learner. Then came a drought. The land cracked and springs dried up. The animals worried about food and water. The elders talked about quick fixes. Bramble, a loud badger, wanted to build a big canal system, cutting trees and moving flowers. He liked fast solutions, even if they hurt the forest. The council, Ada the owl, Torre the slow tortoise, Kiko, Nira the hare, and Bramble, argued. Torre said, "A mind that learns doesn't rush. It listens to the land and prepares for many droughts. How do we make a mind that can change with time?" Ada said the valley's memory was in danger. The stories of success and failure could be lost if they acted too fast. Real answers come from working together and thinking carefully. Kiko, now patient, made a new plan. Small reservoirs, rain gardens, and slow channels that let the river tell its story through plants, moss, and animals. It was not a flashy plan, but a slow, careful one. It needed teamwork and the ability to change as they learned more. The council debated for days. Many animals were thirsty and wanted fast fixes. Bramble insisted on a small dam for quick water, even if it meant cutting trees. The argument grew loud. Suddenly, a wind blew an ash-colored seed into Kiko's paw. It wasn't just any seed. It was a memory seed from an old tale. The seed said, "Good fixes grow from minds that learn from mistakes. Adjust and stay flexible." Kiko felt something new, like learning to dance with time, not fight it. He called a new meeting where everyone shared their mistakes and what they learned. The fireflies lit the night, and Ada said, "A mind that grows is like a gardener with seeds. Tossing seeds carelessly makes them die or choke others, but treating seeds as teachers makes them strong." Animals told stories of mistakes, hurried moves that hurt the soil, pride that stopped asking for help, fear that stopped change. Instead of blame, they found respect for honest mistakes. Kiko shared his own mistake, rushing to fix the river with a big plan, pushed by fear. He laid it out openly, like a gardener showing the soil's secrets. A young weasel named Wren noticed something key. The river song is about rhythm, rain, birds, plants. Fixing the river means fixing the forest's rhythm. This idea helped the plan. Many small parts working together, rain gardens, basins, reed beds, animal paths, learning and changing as they went. The animals had a big festival called the Great Turning of Leaves. They made a map with bark, pine needles, and snow. Kiko walked among them, now a helper, telling young animals to record their mistakes and learn, repeating Ada's lesson. A mind that learns from mistakes can find many futures. Weeks passed, water returned to the soil. The river sang again, not loud but with many soft voices. Trees held water, moss grew thick. Animals moved homes carefully. The valley's memory grew strong, turning mistakes into lessons. Then came a wild storm that could ruin everything. But the valley was ready. Rain gardens held water. Basins smelled like fresh air. Reed beds swayed to guide the river gently. The storm didn't destroy their work. It made it stronger, proving their plans could survive wild weather. When the sun came out, Ada looked at Kiko with pride. He had learned not to fear mistakes, but to listen and grow from them. Kiko started teaching others, not as a know-it-all, but as someone who learned from falling down. He told them to keep notes on mistakes and lessons, to test ideas, watch results, and change plans. Every night, the animals reflected by the river as stars watched over. The valley's memory and hope grew. The River of Echoes sang again. Not one voice, but many stories from the river, the valley, and every animal who learned to listen, learn, and change. The valley wasn't perfect. It wasn't a place where everything worked right the first time. But it was a place where brains grew strong by growing patient, curious, and brave enough to mess up and try again.
Subscribe, like, and share for more.